Great Scott! This could get heavy. What is up, film geeks? My name is Trevor and welcome back to my channel. Today we are ranking one of the most iconic trilogies of all time. We are ranking all three of the Back to the Future movies, and there's actually a companion video to this over on my good buddy Chris's YouTube channel, the Film Stock YouTube channel. He is also ranking all three of these movies. Make sure to go check out his channel, see how my ranking and his ranking compare. And before I give you my ranking of these three movies, go ahead and join me down below in the comment section. How does your ranking compare with mine? With that said, let's get started. So easily in last place is going to be Back to the Future 3. Though it's coming in last, I still have quite a bit of fun with this movie. I think it tied off the trilogy brilliantly. The ending of the third movie just makes you feel so good. No cliffhangers this time, a real happy ending. And they go back to the 1800s, back into the Western times, the wild, wild West. A very different type of vibe, much different than the previous two films. But why it's coming in last is it definitely seems a little bit too repetitive. Too many ropes and tropes that we've seen that used in the other couple movies before. And the character of Buford, I just can't stand him, if I'm being quite honest. He's a little over the top. He's a little annoying, but you definitely have some really cool scenes, and exploring the Wild Wild West with Doc and Marty was something I didn't know I needed, but as a Back to the Future fan, I was so glad I got. My runner-up is going to be Back to the Future 2, and this one takes place right after the first one, as the third one does the second one. The movies do a really good job with that, but the second one really feeds off the first one's storyline. We get to see lots of different scenes from the first one in the second film, whether that's the dance or that's George McFly say, "Get your damn hands off her." Do I really have to swear? I just added that in there because I love that line. George McFly, he's my guy. But you get to see Marty and Doc back, and seeing our favorite characters back on the screen is just so awesome. And this one definitely kind of has some sequelitis, definitely seems a little bit too similar to the first one at times, but also by the time you get to the end of the film, it is very, very cool. But in this film, we have to see that they go into the future. They go to the year 2015, and for this movie being made in the late 80s, it's really cool to see how they envision what 2015 would look like. We have smartphones. That's about it. No flying cars, but definitely really cool how to see they thought our world now in 2015 would be so futuristic. So to see them kind of put this together was so creative and something that was like, I appreciate that. They really went for it and said it's going to be a really cool future. But they definitely get an A for effort on that. And this one, on how it ends, really cliffhangery. Like when it ended, I was like, no way. Like, you're kidding. You're kidding right now. And then it plays, obviously, to see Back to the Future 3 to see how it plays out. Wasn't the happy ending that we got with the first one or then got with the third one. The second one definitely left you on a cliffhanger wanting more, and I really appreciated that. But coming in first place is going to be the first Back to the Future. This is going to easily crack my top 10 of all time. I loved everything this film had to offer, and I actually, watching this trilogy was my first time watching all three of these movies, which is such a fun experience, such a cool experience. But Marty McFly is one of my favorite protagonists of all time, and George McFly, one of my favorite movie characters of all time. Everything about this movie was so unique, and everything about it just worked so well. You go back in time, and then your mom is falling in love with you instead of your dad, and you're going to get erased if you don't make them fall in love. That is something way before its time. That is something so unique, and that is something absolutely awkward and absolutely hilarious and very relatable. Like, if I went back in time, my mom fell in love with me. Ew! That's all I gotta say about that. But the first Back to the Future is so before its time. It does so many things right, and therefore it comes in at my number one. Make sure to go over to the Film Stock YouTube channel and see how his ranking compared to mine. I'm pretty sure it's pretty similar. And join me down below in the comments. I love talking Back to the Future, so talking about Back to the Future with you would make my day. Down below in the comment section, how does your guys' ranking compare? Thank you guys so much for watching. Lots more content coming this weekend. Lots of Netflix and Lovecraft Country. Excited for it all. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do me a favor and go see a movie, and I'll see you guys next time.